Alright, folks. Hello, welcome to... I don't care. I wish you could set this as a default setting. Alright. Are there any updates? I'm a little bit weary of updating through Mod Manager because I'm... Well, actually, it shouldn't really break anything because they put it in different folders, but who cares? Because we're running from source now. I mean, it's always running from source because it's Lua. But... So since I'm actually putting this up on YouTube, for once, which is crazy, so yeah, actually I'll be discussing this afterwards. I'll put chapters here, but there's an important question I want to ask people. As I've discussed on the forum briefly, I have been working on the mod, except I'm doing more wacky stuff. There's actually an enemy feedback thing that you know where walls and enemies are. Highly experimental, more concept than anything, but it does work. Just need like better sounds and whatnot, and to configure parameters and fix some bugs and all of that, right? But it does work. Now the question is, so the current way the enemies are tracked is by detecting the closest one. And I want to ask about some design stuff regarding that. So skip to that chapter. But anyway, when you start Hades, you probably want to go, my music is off, which is a shame because you should have it on, and it sometimes is on. It's very fun to have on, but when I was doing the audio stuff, I turned it off. Okay. But you want to go into options, configure. If you're playing with a keyboard, set it up however you like. My dash is on the... I basically have the fighting game face buttons as my attack buttons. And then some other things, because the default keyboard controls aren't great. Gameplay. So this isn't really fully properly. You want to turn aim assist on, and you want to have God mode on. I can... let me show you. So actually, I don't know which one is which. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out for you. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, you want to make sure that aim assist and God mode is on. I don't know which auto fire and auto assist or auto sprint is not necessary. Dash at cursor you probably don't care about. As far as I know, the mod doesn't care about that. But let's say, okay, so you go hit play and you find an empty same slot. We're just gonna do this for the sake of demonstration, just so because it's been such a long time that I actually started the game. Oh, and you have to hit enter again. You can probably turn on some other... I think there's a nightmare mode or something. Well, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Lord of Hades, whose reign as grim lord of the dead came to a sudden end when all at once his past caught up with him. Gods devour widely, and history repeats. So this tale was only a matter of time.
Oh, it shows the escape character. That's funny. Okay.
To Kronos.
So now we should be in a room with a boon.
Vengeance for my family.
And the boon does not show up in the first room, which is a bummer, right? So you have to walk around and then you'll find it. Oh, that sucks. You know what? Let me just configure my things, otherwise I'll be confused. I don't think it matters, but oh. Yeah, that doesn't matter. What the hell did I? Oh, I'm silly. I'm probably doing overkill, to be honest. But, yeah, so hopefully we have solved this. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, if we could find Zeus here, that would be wonderful. Maybe that's something I should be looking into. Oh! I ignored me. You actually have to walk straight into it? Right, so I talked about this on the forum. You have to hit open the boon menu and hit escape again. Okay. So I'm just gonna talk. Oh, you have my. Well, that's convenient, isn't it?
Okay.
Alright, so you have to go into a door. My bad. I was thinking about the first game. Hell. How many hours do I have on this game again? Anyway, let's accept this boon.
Just a spell. It's just another spell. 10 words.
We're gonna ignore the story content. From Olympus. Alright, so this will, as I said, I'm not teaching you, like, the actual, like, RPG mechanics. Google exists. There are lots of articles on it that describes it better than I can. It's just something that you learn as part of the game, right? I do want to say, though, that Nova Strike is a fantastic option for blind people. Starting out. Yeah, because the attack pattern you get is really huge.
They need my aid.
Okay, so...
I'll see if I need theirs.
You hear the little ding sound, the door is unlocked, so for me, I hit B and then V. Your mileage may vary if you're on the keyboard. Default control is B and I for inventory. And so we have used the door menu, so we have to reset the thing. You have to do this every time, which is somewhat annoying, but it's not all that big deal. Also, I should I haven't bound the key to turn off enemy playback yet, so you're getting a somewhat dishonest experience. And actually, what we can do. Now I don't know if this is gonna work or break anything, but we can go in here. Yep, that's right. We're running it off an external manager because we didn't have a fantastic way of playing it through the game, through the mod interface, because it uses FMOD. Actually, I too use FMOD, but... Alright, hopefully... That is...
Caskets.
Yep. I'll be teaching you more combat than that now. I do also recommend turning the meter sounds on, right? I like the speech for damage. I don't know. Some people don't like that. I personally like it. It's like a little feedback. Oh, you hit something. And also you can sort of see your damage numbers, which is fantastic. But yeah, I think the idea is we're gonna...
Can't recover here. Need to press on.
We're just gonna keep going until you die. Also, early tips, you definitely want ashes to unlock as many Arkana cards as possible. But that's, again, that's a game mechanic, and that's not what I'm here for.
Whalers.
No, it's true though, like I genuinely do stuff. I'm not imagining. Shit.
There.
Yeah, I'm not a good gamer, you guys. Okay. None of these matter. Actually, we're gonna take gold crowns just so we can die faster. To be honest, or like the central heart's gonna get up. And there we go. Thank you. Woo!
Turn to shadow now.
Okay. We're gonna. But that's fine. Okay, so. What's Yes. So I don't know which one is. One of these is on and one of this is off. I'm trying to figure that on. I think game aim assist is on. So this is the sound of something being on, I think. Yes, it is, actually. Yes. It's the same thing as the Arkana card. Yeah. Never mind. Ignore me entirely. Okay, yeah. So that was the God mode thing that we turned on. You heard damage resistance was 20%. Okay. So we're on the crossroads now, hitting B. Should just bring you up to things you can walk around and teleport and interact with various things here. Since I'm here to teach you combat, we're going to go to the training yard.
Disciples,
Go up to this
attention!
guy, and right, so you start off with the staff. It's not as bad as the sword from Hades 1, but for it as a starter, it's a very good weapon actually. It's just not like ideal for blind people. I feel like the daggers are pretty like good, and the flames are like pretty much auto win once you unlock them, and it doesn't take much to unlock the flames. Just get a bunch of silver, defeat the boss. I was gonna say the Act 1 boss, but we're not playing Slay the Spire. I was earlier. Right, so let me teach you just the... So you still have your dash. dash gives you invulnerability for a short amount of time. And unlike yeah, the Hades one, you can't stack this, so you have to. Oh, well, it's not playing raycast because we killed the processor. Oh no, bummer.
Death to Kronos.
Yes.
I'll see to that.
Yes,
No one is more prepared.
Death to Kronos. Yeah, so tapping the sprint button once is gonna dash in the direction that you're facing, which you change with the stick or ASDW. You can also hold sprint to run. Of course, we're not getting the greatest feedback right now. But yeah, you run. There are some boons that will give you like damage instant. Like you can upgrade dash and sprints, right? But just be aware that they are different things. You might wanna. You're probably gonna ignore sprint a lot early in the game, but I'd recommend that you use it because it's very good for getting around and moving in and out of attacks and moving back and firing and such. You have your weapon, like your basic attack. So, just like in Hades 1, you have your dash. So just do dash, attack button. And you also have your little... You see, it's a little combo pattern by tapping it. And yeah, you can go read this on the wiki. You have specials, of course. It's a longer ranged, like little spear toss or staff toss or something. I don't know what it's actually. And then you have another interesting mechanic, which is cast. Doesn't work like it does in Hades 1. It actually binds enemies. It's very, very good. You should be using it as much as you can. Especially when you unlock an effect that allows you to do more damage to enemies in your cast. You almost always want to take that, and you can upgrade your cast and do various things with it. It's a very, very powerful effect. So don't underestimate it, even though it doesn't pay off immediately. Another system you have is our Omega attacks, and by holding and then releasing, you use an Omega. And they all do different things based on the weapon and such, but they consume magic. So, again.
Can't do it.
And you see, we can't do it. There are various ways of restoring magic, boons and such, and Arkana upgrades. I also just added the restore, some restore elements to the menu.
Get out your magic
you might
back.
not have it in your upgrade. I don't know if you do. My version looks slightly different than what you probably get from Thunderstore. You also have, of course, like the Omega on the special, and you have Omega cast. And they all behave somewhat differently. Omega cast isn't really useful, I find, unless you get particular synergies with weapons and whatnot, but as a beginner, you're probably not want to using that a lot. Better conserve your things for like so for the staff, for example, it sweeps the area around you, a bit like the Hades, the spear from Hades 1. And if you catch them right after they spawn, yeah, you can, like if you go in the middle of a spawning circle, you can potentially do a lot of damage. Yeah, so, you know, you hear the spawn sound. Pop a cast. There are some casts that will drag them towards you, which is even better. And, yeah, just go to town. But this is, so the game loop essentially boils down to go on a run, get as many resources as you can. You want ashes, you want bones, you want... if you can grab a nectar early, go ahead and do so, and give the nectar to someone like Shalemis or Skilimius, I guess. Get his keepsake and equip that. It'll give you an extra Death Defiance. Unlock cards at the Arkana. There's a particular order. Some are better than others. Some are more useful. I can actually go into my save and give you some tips. We'll make that its own section. I'll go into my other save and give you some tips on that, or make it. Yeah, we'll just do that real brief. And then you collect resources. You upgrade yourself. You also boost your god mode, because you're gonna fucking die. Maybe less so if you are better than me, which isn't a difficult achievement. Walking around will take a bit of getting used to, but it's not something I can teach you, because it's more intuitive, locating enemies and such. That's why we have an enemy locator now that I added, which we will discuss here at the end of the video. But yeah, also after each run, you want to talk to every character to progress the story. If they're just saying nonsense, okay, it means, oh, just go get more progression, right? Like if they're just saying, oh, it's good to see you, or keep an eye out, or something like that, it just means, sorry, we have, at the current time, we have, but it's always worth talking to them, right? There's nothing wrong with it. You also want a gift, and early on, you want to gift. Hold on, let me. We can. Yeah, I think this is the save, right? Also, I guess, spoiler warning. Yeah, this is our save. Okay, cool. So I'll show you what sort of Arkana cards you want. You probably don't care about this particularly early on, although you're gonna start with it. Oh, I haven't upgraded it. I should do that. Yeah, on some weapons this is very good. Others less so. This is what I mean, right? That's a very good one. It's gonna say like 20% for you, because it's an upgraded. This is also a very good one. Also, you want to collect Psyche. Once you've maxed out your ashes, or like their kind of stuff, you wanna collect Psyche, like Psyche and ashes at the start as much as possible, and maybe a nectar or two. And you'll be running a lot. Let me just tell you which ones suck. Yeah, that one sucks. That one doesn't suck, but it's highly specific to builds. That one sucks, although it's free. Right, so some of the Arkana stuff has conditions that you fulfill. Yeah. So you see they have different conditions to fulfill. That's a very good one if you feel confident, like it'll give you a lot of HP and mana in the run. Death is something I want to go to as early as possible. So the way I do it is to go through unlock the Wayward Son, Persistent, and then Death, and yeah, you definitely want to hit that. and that's something you want to upgrade very early on too, as soon as you get the opportunity and you have the materials. Messenger is definitely a decent, like it's a little extra dash, if you will, in this case, because it gives you immunity. I said it sucks, but I have it on because I have a very specific build, and I have way too much grasp. Yeah, strength is also fun, but it's different. Another thing that you might want to try is collecting gold early and buying. If you think you're gonna die, you should always be buying stuff from Charon Shop, because you get obel points, and you can redeem those for material that you need, or things to do upgrades. I still do that, and I'm post game. What else was I gonna? Keepsakes. Yeah, we might as well discuss keepsakes. And spoiler, major spoiler alert. But the first keepsakes you'll be discovering are the top row here. Don't look at the bottom. This is potentially pretty good. You give Odysseus nectar. It's very good against stuff if you're trying to progress, because progression does unlock story elements and rewards for you. Luckier Tooth, that's Skillimia's reward, very good. Extra Death Defiance, pretty much. Ghost Onion is also very good. You do this by giving an NPC called Dora a gift. She's in the crossroads. Engraved Pin is interesting. If you can kill things really fast, Engraved Pin is utterly broken, and hopefully that's what giving you more audio feedback will do. Underrated, but Moonbeam is very good. Curses are very good. I should say also that there's an element called when you find Selene, you will get to pick a curse or a hex. Hexes work by every time you use magic, the hex gets charged up. Early on, you want to pick something that's very low, like magic, and use them whenever you hear the beep by pressing the button, which is, I actually don't know. For me, it's U, but that's because I assigned hex to you. These are all the god boons, of course. You wanna... Yeah, we shouldn't be looking at that. But look, because in the middle of the regions, you can switch keepsakes. So once you've used Ghost Onion, you might want to switch to Luckier Tooth. And then you might as well not switch to Knucklebones if you struggle against a certain boss or something. Yeah. Let me turn on some music. Wait, do we have music on? Okay. Doesn't read, but let's enjoy ourselves while I ask people some questions. So, as you heard in the beginning, we have a sort of a rough idea of enemy detection. We also have the same for walls, but it's even rougher. And we basically have audio playback that modders can work. You know, it's very easy to call it and play sounds. Unfortunately, you can't really manipulate in-game audios, as far as I understand, except in very limited circumstances, which isn't worth exploring. But players probably don't care about that. But the question I have is, so right now it tracks the closest enemy. Right, doesn't matter what it is. Could be a trash mob. Could be a mob that's, well, it does check if it's alive. But like it doesn't take into account the importance of the enemy or something like that. And I could try to write something that tries to figure this shit out for you, but it's so multi-variable, right? And there has to be made a lot of exceptions. There could be bosses that you definitely want to prioritize one over the other. And by writing a system that decides for you who you should pick isn't really ideal, is it? So my idea is, and the feedback I've received thus far is that it's sort of like overkill and people might be annoyed by it. And I think it, in large part, this is because they're very, like, you can play Hades just fine, right? But some of the decision is taken away from you. You're sort of just flying around and spamming things, and obviously skill does matter, but you know. So I was thinking a sort of a let me turn this down a little. A Mistworld style wheel, I think anyway, or a Diablo style wheel, or something that basically allows you to select things that you want to track. This, however, does require a significant, or not a significant, but it does require me to, because once again, Hades has a preset amount of buttons, and so I can't just add extra controls, unfortunately. And this would have to be, you know, I'd have to work within the controller or figure that sort of stuff out. But yeah, you'd get some extra buttons that allow you to scroll through all the options, track and untrack things. And it would be more like playing Mistworld. Mistworld, or something like that, right? Instead of teleporting to doors or rewards, you would track them and you would walk up and you would hear where the walls are and such. That's my ultimate dream. If I have the capabilities, I do not yet know. But yeah, just sort of like people's feedback on the idea of this system. If you could play Hades ideally, what would the game entail for you? Yeah, that is the question. Obviously, making it bug-free, making more screens read, that's also another thing. But those are things we sort of add as we go, and they aren't major undertakings, except some of them are major undertakings, right? But like I added the fear announcement to the Oath of the Unseen, and I also added Testaments of Night. I don't know if that is in the Thunderstore. I added, now it reads which testaments you're on. I don't know if y'all got that. But those are like things that I'm like, oh, this should probably read. So I go read it. And doing otherwise would be an enormous undertaking, like automatically detecting and reading screens. Something we may get to later, but probably not. But as far as enemy combat and then moving and such, I don't really have a particular question, other than what the ideal experience would look for you. And I guess that's about it, right? And I guess I also throw it out here if anyone has some experience with like audio and wants to help out designing things and doing FMOD things, and sort of like taking a consensus on the interest level, right? If no one cares for the system at all, then there's, because as I said, Hades 2 is perfectly playable, and this would just be like, it would make the experience for blind people nice, Of course, as a part of making the mods feel really smooth, we had to tackle the bugs and such things too, and make a lot of modifications. But it's a huge undertaking, and there might not be enough interest for it. And I feel like there's some bias here too, because if you're already here and playing Hades, you're probably ready to accept it in the state that it's currently in. So if you have someone that thinks, hey, oh, Hades is really cool, but I can't play it, then we need to please do me a favor, direct them here or ask them, and forward their feedback. What would it take to make Hades 2 playable for a person who doesn't play it because they feel like they can't do it? And that would be immensely helpful to find out. So thank you everyone for the time, and I hope this video was somewhat helpful. And I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. I literally have a keyboard shortcut to stop the recording. But I guess I'm just so used to doing it this way. Also, look at that. My old OBS version just had checkboxes, and the pause button wasn't accessible. But hey, look at them. Here they are. Sweet. Anyway, yeah. Take care, everyone, and hope to see you soon.